Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to Pocono Speedway for the Fast Cash Racing Products Cup Series here. Pocono. Very excited about this race coming up. Pocono, a very unique track, obviously, as we go to maybe a blimp cam, maybe a blimp static. You can see the track shaped very differently than most of your common known NASCAR tracks, commonly known as the tricky triangle here. Um, uh, the title kind of says it itself. This is a three-corner track here. Some people call it five corners, depending on how they like it, but traditionally a three-corner track here. So very excited here. A little under 4 minutes of practice left here for these drivers. But right now, currently your fastest driver is Andrew White in that number 2 car, like always. Looking at practice, right behind this 2 car is Kevin Hunsaker, your last week's winner. Dominated that race last week. Led what? Every lap at 3 laps there. So, I've looked for Kevin to come up here and be just as competitive as he was last week. Definitely showing that he is going to be something to look out for. CP3 in practice right here. Jamie McKinney starting to put together some good runs there. As you see him loop the car around. Cooper Nash in the chat. What's going on, Cooper? Noah Hamilton P4 in that number Raptor 24ers game. Game that Noah's consistently came back and ran to. You see huge crash on the inside wall right there. But Noah right now P4. Hopefully he can put together a good race. Kane. We saw him make some contact with number 3, Diego. And speaking of Diego, he's P6 in practice right here. Because they're going to try to get in the infield, but obviously, unfortunately, iRacing, that's a big no-no. That blacked that stuff off, and then Cash Culp rounds out your practice right now. Currently 7 drivers here signed up and at least ran some laps here in practice. Cash Culp currently 7th place in practice right here. His best time of a 54.6. Two minutes left in practice, and you're gonna see these drivers really start to practice. As you see the number 9, Kevin. This is coming out of turn 2 here, super tricky. You can get that car super light, and either that car will try to step out on you if you're on the bottom, or it will just kind of float up to that top and you'll hit the wall, exactly like you saw with Kevin right there. See Jamie coming out of the pits right here. But turn 2, very tricky. I think, in my opinion, the most tricky part of the track. The only corner I feel like you can really be compromised on the track without your own doing, kind of, that the car can kind of just be a little bit unpredictable depending on how you take it into there. So the Cash Culp still on pit road there. Go back on with Jamie. Let's ride on board with Jamie for this last mile and a half, and he'll take you around a lap or 2 here. Even downshifting going into 3 right there. Downshifting, obviously, with these next gens, with how long these straights are, downshifting will be a very common thing here at Pocono. You see him going down and then coming back up, breaking that draft. Draft is going to be something that they're going to be trying to break, compromise the other driver of, because it's so easy to just suck up to the guy behind you, or you see him getting to the wall there. It's so easy to suck up to the guy in front of you with just that little bit of draft. And there goes Jamie. See Kevin right there, making a few final heat laps. 26 seconds, 25 seconds left in practice. So anybody that's on track right now, it's probably around where Jamie is. I mean, where Kevin is right there. Well, oh, huge chair right there. Holy crap. That's like the one place you don't want to hit right there. Reminds me of that ominous and kind of mysterious Elliott Sadler crash back in the COT days, right? Oh, there you go. Kevin putting himself in harm's way once again. But that crash where Elliott, hits that inside out. What was it? That out dent in the wall, and tore the whole front end off that car. Very scary crash. But practice is done, and Andrew White fastest at practice. So let us go into qualifying. Looks like Jamie McKinney was the first one out here. Remember, group qualifying here for the Fast Cash Racing Products Cup Series. So, honestly, I feel like with how the draft works here, Jamie's probably in the worst spot. At most tracks, I feel like you want to be the first car. You want to have that clean air. But with how powerful the draft is, especially in these next gens, I feel like as long as Andrew and even Kevin back here. Nope, that's not Kevin. Who is that? Oh, that's Noah right there. If he can keep in contact with this number 32 and get a good draft, it could really help improve this quali lap. Ooh. Well, we're gonna go back to Jamie right here. So what kind of lap he can run. He's the first one. Going down this long front straightaway going into turn 2 here. Definitely going to want to try to downshift going into here. Get that car centered. Get it right off without hitting the wall. Good corner right there. You're going to come down here into turn 3. Downshift into third. Go up there. Get a good wide exit. Ooh, oh, he might have gotten to the wall right there. We'll see if this lap counts. It does. 53.8 for Jamie. Noah with a 58.2. Kevin goes to the top of the board here with a 53.6. Cash Culp just made his first lap with a 54.7. That's good enough for P3 right now. Andrew White with a... That's not right. Timing and scoring to the grand at 32.7. That's not possible. If he did, I want to know how. Paid! With the 54.3, that's good enough for third. Knocking off Cash Culp. He's going, and Cash will go back down to fourth. Oh, you see Diego getting the wall back there. Excuse me. I'm going to see Andrew kind of... This is going to be Andrew's out lap. So he'll have time for just this one lap here. With these 50... A little over 50-second laps. He's going to have time for one lap here. So he's got to make this one count. Coming out of turn 3 right here. Needs to get a launch out. And he does get one. See what he can do here. I'll find a good camera for you guys to watch this number 2 come around the track here, but... Coming down, oh, that's long turn 2 once again. I'm gonna come down here. Potentially downshift if they want to. I think you can keep it in 5th if you can get that car rotated out well enough. Gonna come out here. A little shallow of an exit, but whatever. And what lap time was that? 53.7. That's good enough for P4, so... Let's see what else is on track right here. Tane moves his way up to P5. 53.8 right there for Tane. Cash coming out of turn 3 right here. See if you can get enough time to get this lap in. He will definitely have enough time. Did he hit the wall there? I don't know. I didn't count. He hit the wall. Cash hit the wall. Oh. Right before you hit the line. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but lap was invalidated, so minute left in qualifying. It seems like Kevin right here gonna be your pole sitter for the night's race. Noah with the draft, as I was talking about. We're gonna go back and actually watch this. So Noah right here. I had the draft of Kevin this whole lap. The whole lap. We're not gonna have enough time to watch this. That wasn't a 1x. That's very surprising to me. And we're just gonna speed this up a little bit. And gets a good launch, gets a good draft off, and snags that pole last second away from Kevin there. So, as we saw there, Noah's going to be a pole sitter here. But once again, we're still going to go through and go through your starting lineup and your grid here. Only 7 drivers elected to race tonight, which is okay. The starting row 1 is going to be Noah Hamilton with Kevin Hunsaker starting at P2. Row 2 is going to be Andrew White with Jamie McKinney in that number 32 starting P4. Kane Hodgson and Cash Culp going to round out row 3. And rounding out the field is going to be Diego. But a very exciting race, 81 laps here, actually quite a bit for this Pocono Raceway, so see these drivers warming up their tires right here, getting ready for this fantastic race they're going to put on for you guys at home. Coming out of turn 3 here. Pace car will be in this time. Pace car's off. And we are green here at Pocono. Good launch by Noah right here. He's going to come up here and clear that 9 car. Good jump by Andrew as well. He's going to clear that number 9 car going into turn 1. See that 9 car all over the back end of that number 2 car. He's going to try to go to the outside of it. He's going to leave that 2 car out to dry here. And they're going to be side by side for that P2 spot. Kevin clears Andrew for the speed 2 spot right here, but you're going to see going up in the turn 3 right here. Heavy braking zone for these drivers. As you see Tane all the way up to P4 right here. Trying to lurk on the outside of this 2 car, but he's going to drop back in line. Get a good draft right here. Off of Andrew. And Kevin over here right on the back bumper of this 24 car. Looking to maybe take advantage into turn 1 here. Noah leads the first lap of this race. And an impressive run by him at the start of here. You know, he needs a good run to keep himself in the, get himself a good finish. We know he has the pace to be up here. And lead laps just had some terrible luck, you know, getting caught up with, you know, some drama and stuff like that. Or just, you know, just not getting a good handle for the car here. Right now, everybody's single filed out here at the start of this race. T-Tane going underneath Andrew right here for the P3 spot. Let's see if he can keep it wrapped in there. You're going to see that number 2 car kind of wrap the wall. Just wrap that higher lane, get a better run off the corner. See Jamie looking to the outside of Cash right there. I don't think he's going to be able to get there in time. But Cash is going to look underneath Tane right here for the 4th spot. Tane running that higher line is going to get a good run off the corner. And almost contact there between those two. Tane's going to keep the spot there. And Cash is going to stay back there in 5th spot. But you see Jamie all over the back end of that number 57 car. And you see all these drivers running kind of different lines throughout the corners, because that's the one thing about Pocono is you can run different lines and set the car up the way you want. You see Kane trying to attack this number 2 car once again. On that higher line. Try to get a better run off the corner. You see the number 32 car getting to the wall there a little bit. He's going to back off. There's about a 10th or 2. Noah still being able to maintain this lead and keep this 24 car out in front over this 9 car and this 2 car, which by the standards of how the races have gone so far are kind of the 2 drivers to beat. You saw Corey Lyles up there racing up front, but Corey has not raced these last couple of weeks. Probably with, you know, Christmas break and everything coming up, wanted to spend time with friends and family. Not sure though. The Andrew White looking underneath this 9 car for the 2nd spot here. And just not being able to get as good of a run off the corner as the 9 was off the top. Like I said, that's going to be something that's going to be huge. Is, you know, you can dive it down on the bottom right there, but the car on the outside can just get into the power a little bit more. See Cash Cope already making time up. Looking underneath Andrew White here for the P3 spot. See what he can do here. And he's going to dip back in. Once again, that outside lane prevailing. See Jamie looking underneath the 21 here going into turn 2. It's going to be it's really hard to go side by side in the turn 2. And you see that number 21 just backing out. Giving Jamie the spot. You're like, okay, you know, you're there. I don't want to fight you for it. I don't want to put ourselves in a bad spot at the time. Cash Cope underneath Andrew White once again going into turn 3. See if he can stay side by side right here. Try to side draft. They're going to be side by side going across the start finish line. He's going to dip right back behind this number 2 car going into turn 1. See Cash get a little tight up there. Had to lift out of the gas. He's going to lose about a 10th or 2. You see, oh wow, almost contact between the 2 and the 9 here. I don't know what that was about, but you're going to see Andrew going underneath. Kevin right here trying to take the 2nd spot away. Going into turn 1. He's going to dip in behind single file once again. You see this 9, and I think you and Jamie back there. Try to run this little bit of an outer groove. Not wanting to run the top at this time. I mean, not wanting to hug that line on the bottom right there. So, yawn the car out a little bit more, trying to run the top. And see him just running a little bit of a different line. Seeing in the turn 2 right there. Turn 1, my apologies. Everybody electing to try to wrap the bottom there. I think it saves the tires the best here. We have all 4 cars right here under a blanket here, and you see Cash kind of pull a slider on the number 2 car right there. I'm gonna take over that third place spot. And here comes Jamie in P5. Now the top 5 under a blanket here at Pocono with 7 complete. Now Diego back there in P6 with Tane behind him, about half a second behind this front pack. But if you've been watching this league for a while, we all know Diego, his master class is just keeping that car clean, being there at the end, trying to get the best finish he can. He's not going to try to push that car to make passes and stuff. He's fine right now, sitting where he is right now, and he will get them sooner or later if there's any mistakes happening. You see Tane, I think, content running back there behind that 3 car, just trying to save his stuff. I think we saw Jamie get into the wall right there. So we have a battle for P3 right here. Andrew looking underneath the 57, but cannot make anything out of it. He's going to tuck in behind this 57 once again. And we see the number 9 pushing the 24 down this front straightaway. Number 9, the number 24 teammates, of course. As you see them running those Hendrick Motorsport schemes. Makes very much sense there. But you see the 9 content running behind Noah right here. And you see Cash pushing that number 9 car. He's going to dive underneath him to try to take the second spot away. The issue with that is that you have the number 2 car out there right behind. He's going to, you know, make it harder if you can't make the pass happen. You know, that number 2 is going to maybe take advantage right there and maybe take that spot away. You see Cash does come up there and clear in front of the 2 car, but I don't think Andy's going to be cutting him to that, you know, as many breaks going further down the race. So Noah's still continuing to, you know, lead every lap of this race since it's gone green here. But still, these top 4 guys still really right on top of each other all the time right here since the drop of the green flag. You see Cash still trying to work on this number 9 car and take over that P2 spot. So you can finally get side by side with this 9 car, so they will be side by side going into turn 1 here. We'll see what will happen between these 2. Ooh, you see the 24 drop down, barely clear of that number 57 car. You see the 57 pushing up, and have to get out of the gas to stay off the 9 car. And that allowed Jamie to catch back up here. And you're gonna see Andrew trying to make a pass on Cash right here. See if you can make it stick on that bottom. But now he's gonna slide in behind that 57 once again. Ooh, Cash loose out of turn 3 there. What a save. But that forced the 2 in, the 32 to back out of there to let him save that car. And they did lose about 3/10 on the front 2 here of Noah and Kevin. Obviously very much within drafting range still. So these drivers should easily be able to come back up here, draft back up on the straightaway, and regain that time. Cash trying to look underneath the 9 car once again. Kind of overshoots the corner a little bit. He's going to slide up right here, and the 2's going to also perform kind of a little slider there. He's going to clear the 57 and put that number 2 in the P3 now. He's going to try to go look for second right here on the outside going into turn 1 here. He's getting a really good run off right here. Let's see if he'll try to look underneath him going into turn here too. And the 9's blocking. That was the Ryan Newman strats right there, trying to Newman him. I think this 2's a little bit quicker right here. He's going to get to the quarter panel. He can't block that. With that, you're going to see the 57 come up here, take the run. Oh, that was close. Move himself back up into P3. You see that number 2 side by side with this 57 right here, trying to make something happen again. And the 57 just has the momentum off the top here. See the 24 breaking the draft here. And not trying to chase him down. Trying to keep that draft. And so, oh, you see the 24 loose. The 9 had to back out of it. That's going to allow the 57 to go to the outside. And I think he led that lap. And Cash Culp is going to take the lead here at Pocono. Your first lead change. The 24 kind of in a compromised spot now. He's not used to, having a car in front of him with that dirty air. See how he reacts to it. The 2 underneath him, side by side going into turn 3 here. We have a little blink out there, my apologies. And we have that number 9 car now. Kind of held out there on the inside, and he actually loses a couple spots here. He's going to go back to 3rd place. Oh, my bad, 5th place. Goes Kevin. Goes from 2nd to 5th within a lap. That's just how much the race can change for you. That's how much the momentum shifts things here at Pocono. See, Jamie McKinney, making his moves up to the field now. Side by side. With Tane. Tane also trying to make way. Try to catch these guys back up. Maybe Tane was saving tires while these guys were battling up, and now he's going to try to come up here, make some moves, make some passes, and put himself in a better spot for track position. P57 trying to make way with this 2 car. The injury actually taking the lead. (17) 18 laps complete now at Pocono. And you're seeing the cars start to get a little bit strung out here now. Everybody kind of content running where they are, trying to save tires. And with how big Pocono is, and with how, unfortunately, how few cars we have here tonight, I doubt there's going to be a big chance of getting a caution. You know, we are going to probably get that halfway caution like we always do. But unless, you know, it's a, you know, a multiple car pile up or something like that, I doubt we will be getting any cautions, most likely. We'll see, but the 9 car is starting to slowly reel in this 57, you know, about a car length back the 57. And that's within striking distance to put the bumper through them, you know, even just, you know, do whatever you need to, if you want to at least, to move them and get them out of the way. But I don't think that's something Kevin's going to do right now. He seems like he's always been a very, very clean driver. So I don't think that's what will happen here. Is that number 9 get around? There's a 7 right there. It's by far the closest battle on track right here. It's for the second spot right here. Scratch that off. The closest battle right here is for this P5 spot. Noah trying to fend off Jamie right here. And after Noah lost that lead, you know, I think that dirty air and him maybe pushed it a little bit too hard has, you know, killed his tires, I think. And now he's all the way back to P6 now. The pole sitter down 5 spots since the start of this race. Obviously a lot of laps to go. Still only a quarter of the way done here. So still a lot of ways to go here. A lot of time to figure out, you know, how to save tires and all such here. Try to figure out how to drive in this dirty air now that he's back here. And make his way back up towards the front. Closest battle on track right now is probably either Jamie and Tane or Kevin and Cash, with about half a second respectively for both of those two battles. Right now everybody's starting to get spread out and to figure out what their car needs to do, what it wants to do, what you need to do to put yourself in a better spot at the end of this race. With a quarter of the way done, you know, 20 laps here at Pocono is quite a bit, honestly. So the car should be telling you by now, okay, I don't like it when you do this, but I do like it when you do that, and all sorts of stuff like that. So look out for some of these drivers to be making adjustments, and, you know, maybe even taking different lines throughout the race, trying to figure out where, you know, they can improve compared to another person. And I see Jamie trying to close it on Tane right here. At 0.2 of a second. Back. This number 21 car. You know, Jamie's quick. And, you know, he's good at, you know, really using up those front tires. So, hopefully he's not doing that today. Hopefully he's got... Luckily he's got a long race to try to get back up there, about only half a second behind Cash, but Cash is, my apologies, he's 2.5 seconds behind Cash. Cash is about half a second behind Kevin, so it's a little bit of figuring out to do for Tane. on where he wants that car, where he wants the shop to be, where he wants, you know, things to work here. You see, everybody's starting to spread out now. Now, the closest battle is the one we were just looking at, Jamie and Tane. Jamie's even starting to follow behind him a little bit, about half a second, about 5 to 6 tenths of a second lead. The Andrew out here still to almost a 2-second lead now, with 25 complete here at Pocono. And with 25 laps of 25 laps ran on the set of tires. Sorry, fumbling over my words tonight. You know, tire wear is going to be a thing, and the car is going to change the way it's driving right now. For the next gens, I feel like the tire wear isn't as egregious as maybe it should be. I'm not sure, but I do agree that tire wear is going to be huge here. Depending on how you've driven this car, you know, it's going to start to get tight. Or if you're, you know, running the top, for instance, and burning off that air, it's going to start to get loose now with, you know, 25 now, 26 laps on those tires. It's going to start to get difficult for these drivers, so look out for some of these guys to, you know, either loop it or, you know, just slow down dramatically, trying to keep this car underneath them. Now the closest battle on track once again is Jamie and Payne, but that's, you know, dropped back all the way to second. So everybody's starting to really get, you know, separated, but it's whether it's in college or everybody's starting to get separated. So and whether you're running the top, whether you're running the bottom, I feel like everybody knows where they want their car to set up. So but about a second and a half now. Cash about a second and a half behind behind Kevin here. But let's ride on board with your league sponsor here with Cash Culps Racing Products. We'll right on board with the guy who does all that with Cash Culp here. Let's ride on board with them for a couple laps. Catch coming out of turn 3 here. I mean, the 30 laps complete here. This race is going by very quickly. And once again, everybody's separated out here. So while we're here, go through your field real quick. Got Andrew White right now leading this race. Pulled out to about a 4-second gap to P2 here. So Andrew leading laps here. Got Kevin here sitting in P2. Kind of your front runners when it comes to, you know, being up there towards the front a lot. Being up there competing for win. Right behind him is Cash Culp with a great run for him in P3. You got Payne Hodgson, or excuse me for that, running in P4 right here. Having a really good run for himself. And there you go. You know, starting to sneak his way up here. Running in P5. Noah Hamilton in 6th, and Jamie McKinney in P7. Wonder what happened to Jamie, why he's turning back here. Oh. I wonder what happened to Jamie to where he's this far back. I mean, he's about 24 seconds off behind. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to him right here. The beat. About 23 seconds off the behind. Even 7th place here, yet less the leader. .32 complete here at Pocono, and once again, I'm not sure with green flag pit stops. I've tend to be wrong here almost every time. Oh, okay. I am being told that you cannot make it, and that's why Jimmy was so far behind us, because you have to pit for fuel. So that's great news to hear. So, and a lot of these guys are fuel saving, so that makes a lot of sense why people are spread out. They don't want to be racing right now. But we do have a battle for this P3 spot, as Tane is going to get around this number 57. The 57 is looking a little loose out of turn 2. And Tane's going to take over this 3rd spot unless this 57 has anything to say about it. It is 57 continuing to not really go away here. We're seeing him get a way better run off the corner right there out of 3 than that 57 did, and he's going to start to potentially pull away from this number 57 car. You know, it's starting to get up to bigger here, about a 0.7 of a second gap between these two. Once again, a lot of these drivers probably fuel saving a little bit, trying to stretch it maybe this halfway point, which we should be getting a caution for in about 6-ish laps, I presume. I'm not sure for, I'm not 100% sure, but if anything, to at least, you know, cut this race in half would be something these drivers would like to do, even if that means they need to save a little bit of fuel for both these runs. I know that top four are within all 3 seconds of one, 3 to 4 seconds with apart between each other, it seems like. See Andrew right here in the lead. Kevin is about 2.7, 2.8, give or take. Kane is about 3.5-ish. And Cash is about 4-ish laps behind. So the top four kind of very equally spread apart for the most part, within a tenth or two, or within a second or two. My apologies. .37 here, and you're gonna see this number 57 coming down pit road here. Like, well, I need to come down. I need to get top off on fuel here. You're gonna see this number 57 to come down and top off, get a 4 fresh set of tires, and make his way back down here. Maybe he just didn't have enough to make it to 40 and to split this race in half. He had to come down now. Let's see what this number 2 car is gonna do. If he's willing to stay out a little bit longer, maybe if he's saved a little bit more so he can stay out longer. I don't know which one that is, but Andrew right here continuing to put on the heat right here, up to about a little under 4.5 second gap to P2 here, and you already see that 57 in the foreground. But remember, this 57, you know, already went down and pitted. Maybe took some tires. Maybe we know for sure topped off on fuel. So he's got a long ways to go to try to unlap himself. With how huge this racetrack is, it's going to be pretty difficult. But get a caution or something like that, he should be the lucky dog. You see Kevin, I think, coming down pit road here, along with Kane. And they're going to basically cut this race right in half. 39 of 81. So they're going to try to, I think, and these drivers have cut it as close as they can. You see Diego coming down pit road here as well. I'm very interested to see. I think everybody has, yeah, everybody has come down and at least tried to take some fuel at the very least. I presume everybody took 4 fresh tires. The oldest person, no, my apologies once again. Noah has decided to not come out yet. And Andrew has not come down yet. So 40 complete here at Pocono. And once again, I'm not sure how long they can make it on fuel here, but saw everybody pit around what, lap 33-ish is at the earliest, but I would have said like lap 140, maybe even lap 139 if you needed to do something. And we are under caution here with that halfway. Caution coming effect, so this is gonna sack everybody else up. And give everybody a chance to, level out the playing field. No one did. Except Diego go a lap down, so Diego will get the lucky dog here. Diego right here. Racing way back around. You see Diego right here come down. Gotta catch up. He will be getting his lucky. I got this one at green. But he is gonna have to book it when it comes to excuse me everybody. Got my mouse to control the games with. Andrew White here going to continue to take over this lead, but lights are still up on the pace car. That's going to give everybody, especially those people like Noah, who was on 42 lap old tires, and Noah and Andrew with 43, respectively, to get some freshies on there. Who's going to make it out of pit road first? Of course, Andrew. Followed by Tane, it looks like. Jamie. Like Kevin. Electing to take some repairs. Same thing with Noah here. And same thing with Cash. So go back to later here with Andrew. So Andrew right now led 20-60-42. So just what, 26? So a little under half of your laps right here, led by a little over. My apologies. Led Actually, I think that might be right on the dot, 42. I might, no, there's no way. A little over half of your laps led by Andrew right there. Oh, Noah being towed. I might have lost something right there. Unfortunate for Noah right there. Maybe that caution was for Noah. I just presumed it was that halfway caution. Oh, he ran out of fuel. Oh my God. Yeah. With you guys stretching fuel the way you were. Um, Not surprised that that happened, to be honest. Only so far and stretch it, and Andrew found that limit, unfortunately. I mean, not Andrew. Noah found that limit. The lights are off on the pace car. We only have 3 cars lined up right here with the 2, the 21, and the 32. Not sure where Kevin and Noah are, or even Diego. Nobody on the lead lap here besides Noah, who is still getting towed. But right now, Andrew, after he got that lead, has kind of been able to keep it this whole time. And Kevin, with that choose cone, is gonna be the only guy on the outside, I believe, unless Cash is gonna come up here and pick the top as well. And he will. This car will be in. And we are green back here at Pocono. back here at Pocono with going the 49 laps complete here, and you've seen, and then through that crank it up, you saw something great racing here at Pocono, and you see Kevin Hunsaker back in the lead here, but Cash Globe coming down here trying to make something happen, trying to take this lead away. We see all 5 of these cars all under a blanket once again. You see the 21 of Payne Hodgson, you know, up here in the mix now for the first time this race. You know, these guys giving huge shoves down the straightaway. And now, I think right now they're content with just kind of like pushing the guy out in front. And if the move's there at the entrance of the corner, then they'll take it. But right now, I think they're content right now, just kind of running around, trying to put on some good racing for you guys at home. See that 57 gets super upset in the turn 3 right there, trying to catch you right there. He will catch it. You see that too, literally push that 57 out, and he's going to be side by side with the 9 for the lead right here going into turn 1. We'll see if he can get up there and clear. He will. Cash Culp going to come up there and slide in front. He's going to lead down this front stretch, or this, whatever you want to call this. And Cash in the wall hard. That's going to kill any momentum he had. Those safeties. Drivers can catch back up going to turn 2. No. Turn 3, my apologies. Let's see if Cash can actually lead a lap here, and he will. So, new lead change here at Pocono. With 30 to go here. So everybody's still single file. 1 through 5 literally knows the tail here. And like I said, this is for these next gens, kind of like almost like a plate track that you have to slow down for with how it's drafted. How easy it is to catch back up, even if you make a little mistake, as long as you're within, you know, that half a second to even like 1.5 seconds back, you know. You can still suck up to the car in front of you, and you know, not have to worry about overdriving the car. You can, as long as you can keep within like a decent pace here, you're gonna be able to, you know, get back, maybe save tires, maybe save fuel, like some people were saying they'd have to, and then, you know, stay with the pack here. That would be a lot easier to do. But right now, with only 5 cars right here, these drivers are going to have to work a little bit harder to keep up here. Because obviously with less cars, there's less energy, less, you know, you can grasp onto right now. Obviously, 5 cars still a decent amount. If there was like another car, like a 6 car trying to catch these guys, but and now all these guys still in their blanket. You see a battle for the 4th spot here. I can find my mouse after I dropped it. There it is. As you see the 21 and the 32 going at it. And one look underneath the 32 and the 2 now. Got a really good run. Going into turn 2 here. And he's going to even get the 9 here. What a freaking set of corners for that 21 car, going from 5th to 2nd in the midst of 1 lap. Oh, the sun's going to blink out there. The Cash doing a really good job right now, leading this field, keeping the lead here, and allowing these guys just to kind of race behind them, and it's allowed him to kind of stay up here due to all the racing behind them, trying to keep this track position that they have. All right, now Cash and Tane have kind of pulled a little bit of a gap on the rest of the field here. Kevin is almost half a second behind these two. He's going to push it by the 32, and the 32 makes contact with the 9. They both save it, but that 9 cannot be happy with them right now. Because the more they race each other hard like this, the more opportunities they're letting these two get away. We see that. We see Tane take the lead away from Cash as we saw that contact between the third and fourth place drivers. But these two drivers are slowly pulling away from the rest of the field here. Andrew White trying to make a move on Kevin right there as well. Tom get a little bit tight up there. Was trying to chase it up the track, had to get out of it, and he's going to tuck in behind this 9 car. The 2 car trying to stay with this 9. And then dive underneath there. You see he's running a little bit more of a shallow line on the entry through right here. You're going to see his 9 get a good exit because he is, you know, getting that good launch off the top. But Tina started to check out. He started to gap even Cash. You know, he's got a second lead on the rest of this field here. But you got to think that, I think, potentially, the rest of these guys are maybe trying to save a little bit of fuel here. I'm not sure if they can make it comfortably. So, I think maybe some of these guys are trying to conserve fuel, maybe conserve tires, and allowing Tane to get up there and jump up front. You see second through fifth here, all under a blanket here with Andrew rounding out this pack here. You saw the 9 car blink out there, and you see Andrew push this 9 car out, and the 9's going to go up there, push to 57. Like I said, they're acting kind of like a play track, right? They're dipping in and out of lines, trying to, you know, give the driver in front of them a good shove to try to, you know, help keep the momentum up. Number 2 car looking underneath Kevin right here for the E4 spot here. Not gonna be able to make it happen. It doesn't catch. Huge wreck. Definitely take a look at that. You see Cash running the top here. Just gets up into the wall here, and when he bounces off the wall, it kind of pings Pong. He kind of just like pushes him off right when he hits that wall. And you see the 9 car. Let's go on board with this 9 car real quick. This will be a really good demonstration right here. Let's go on the nose of this car here. So you see the 9, he's pushing up, trying to make this corner. It looks like he overshot just a little bit. And you see him coming up. You see also the 57 time when he gets up into the wall here. He's not really any room for the 9 to give him. And you see them make contact. The 9, hard contact with the inside wall. And you see the number 2 car finish off the 57. Of course, not intentionally, but you see it. Oh, you see the 57 just get launched into that inside wall just like the 9 did. Tough break for both of those guys. Really good runs for everybody all around, really. And I hate to see it. And I don't know if that's a blessing or if that's something that Tane didn't want to see. Because all these guys are obviously going to come down here, top up on fuel, make sure they're good to go on fuel-wise. But if they were good to go, right? Tane did not want to see that because he had, what, a second and a half lead on the rest of the field here. All these drivers coming down, taking all their tires, maybe trying to get some damage repaired if they need, or have some, right? Detained first off pit road here, followed by Jamie. And then all these other drivers, right? Scott was involved in that last wreck, so we're waiting on some of these drivers to get repairs done here. So we're gonna go back and go to your race leader here with Tane. I do have people in the VCs right now. It's too difficult for me to drag them up with how far down they are positioned in the Discord. Unfortunately, not gonna be able to talk to anybody right now. But Tane currently a leader here at Pocono with going to 22 to go here. Typically, when you see like a 20 to go around that, right? It's like, oh, it's go time, right? But Pocono's a large track. It's like 20. This would be like 20 to go at like a super speedway or something like that. So still plenty of time for drivers to make mistakes. Still plenty of time to gain or lose here. We're running what, like 50, 30-second laps. We still have around 20 minutes. Live timing scoring says around about 19 and a half minutes left in the race. So still a lot of time to, make mistakes for these drivers. So currently Hodgson, McKinney, and Culp, your fast three, and Diego running out your fast four here at Pocono. And sorry if I'm not been as talkative as I usually am in the broadcast. Feeling a little under the weather, but I know the fans at home are expecting the broadcast. So we're here trying to tough it out. So the throat is feeling a little sore, but we're out trying to tough it out now. Got plenty of water. I got a glass of water right here, trying to keep this voice healthy for you guys. So hopefully these drivers can, go caution free and I don't have to start screaming and using my voice up too much. But speaking of fans at home, thank you. If you guys are still here watching the broadcast, I appreciate that tremendously. So if you're new here, please hit that like button, hit that follow button, especially. And if you're here on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. But we're green here, back again at Pocono. Great jump by Tane here. And also a pretty decent jump by Andrew here. He's going to take over that P2 spot. Andrew looking to try to take this lead away from this 21 car. Side by side. See what they're going to do going into turn 2 here. That 21 pretty tight here, but he's going to get a decent run off, but not enough to fight this 2 car off at 2. As, Cash once again having issues. But they somehow save it. I don't understand. I don't know how they saved it. Let's go back and watch that real quick. It's like Diego just messing in a little too deep here. And what a save by that 57 car. Ooh, still drifting it around there. Wow. I cannot believe that was not a caution. We'll go back up here. There's a battle for the lead here. That's kind of slimmed out these you know, with the low car count that we had, right? That's kind of with that incident between the 57 and the 3. That's, you know, cut this pack down to 3 now. We have the 32 and the 21 right now battling out for this lead. You see Noah recovering from that, you know, tow he had to take right now, sitting at P4. We know Noah can lead. We know Noah's good, right? He led, you know, some laps at the early part of this race. $19 to go here at Pocono. And you see a little slide out of the two there. It looks like a little bit of netcode maybe. It looks like, you know, the 32 almost like kind of put the bumper to him, but no contact made. So maybe a little netcode there. And that 32 is going to keep that second spot here. It's going to take that second spot. But once again, it's allowing this 21 to kind of start to slowly inch away from these guys. Two trying to keep up with these front two right here. And you see the 24 starting to fade just a little bit. He's still within range too, or if anything would happen, he could definitely capitalize, make up a spot or two. See these top three under a blinker right here. 17 to go here at Pocono, going into turn 1 here. And you're going to see the 21. He's elected to kind of run this outside throughout this whole run here, but the 32 has figured out what he wants to do here and has been running this bottom. See 21 trying to break the draft here going into turn 2. See 32 underneath the 21 right here, just slightly. He's going to tuck in behind this Ford right here. And you're going to see everybody kind of just follow this 21 as he's trying to break the draft. They're going to start to follow him up to try to keep it. The 32 still pressuring that 21 all over the place. And he's getting pressured by that 2 car. Not as much, but still getting pretty pressured. You know, keep her in check here. You see, oh, the 32 into the wall there a little bit. It's going to allow the 2 to maybe make a run at him. Get the 41. The 21 still continuing to break the draft here. Going down to turn 1. The 32 is going to look underneath them. The 21 here. Still continuing to hold on to this lead, but one little mistake here. And the 20 and the 32 and the 2, really, to be honest. Could Pounce take this lead away and bump him back down to P3. Right now he's doing a good job. Not hitting the walls, trying to get a good run out the corners. And as you see right here, him breaking the draft. Either number 21 under fire from the 32 here. 32 is going to make the pass. See 21 to retake this lead back from the 32 here. You see Andrew trying to keep pace with these front three. Seeing Noah fall off quite a bit here, but remember, you see the 9, I believe that is, coming back on track here. Kevin 11 laps down from that incident with the 57 car, I believe, yeah. With that contact coming out of turn here, 2 here, which we're actually going through. But he's back on track. Kind of salvage stuff. 12 to go here at Pocono. And this 32 is trying to keep this 21 in check here. Trying to make sure he doesn't get away. Trying to make sure that if he does make a mistake, he's there to pounce. And he's there to... the number 32 will not give this lead up right now, or will not give up trying to take this lead at least. 10 to go. It's still a lot of laps, right? It's a little under 10 minutes left here. There's still quite a bit of time to maybe save tires, save fuel, save the car, right? You don't want to be the reason why the car is late, or it would be the reason why your race is ruined just because you want to fight to win, right? There's always next week, there's always the week after that, right? He's number 32. Trying his hardest right now. Oh, into the wall he goes. Not what he wants to do here. You see this number 21 starting to pull away. You see the 32 in the wall again, and that's going to allow Andrew White to capitalize on the mistakes of Jamie right here. And if these two start the battle, it's kind of a GG's, because right now they have to try to work together almost to get back up to this number 21 car if they want any chance at fighting for a win here. Get it 21. Still continuing to pull just a little bit. action underneath again. No audio. Sorry about technical difficulties. Yeah. We're trying to find what is going on here. We're 3 to go here at Pocono. It's gonna bring everybody back into this fight. The Cash down here with down here with on pit road along with 24 car. So yeah, you guys can hear me now. Thank you for that. Sorry, I was trying to be a little bit more talkative, but I noticed that the sound was not coming through on my end, so it definitely wasn't coming through on your guys'. But glad I was enabled to fix that for this green white checkered here. So see Cash Colt coming up right there. See Noah coming off as well right here. You have Noah. I mean Kevin. He is 11 laps down, but he does have a teammate that he can definitely help. But right now, race car's off going into 2, I believe, right now. So they have plenty of time to go back up there. But this is do or die time now. So there's no saving tires. So everybody has freshies on. And if we had more time, I'd go back and watch that caution. But fortunately, going into turn 3 now. I mean, my apologies, going into turn 2 now. I just don't think we have enough time to go back and initialize that. What all that matters now is we're going 2 to go here, and we're about to see a hell of a race for this win. So we got the 32 on the inside, 21 outside, 2 inside, 3 outside, and 57 inside right here. You know Noah Hamilton in the background getting that car rolled up. And we're going to be going 2 to go here at Pocono. Get on your feet, everybody. It's going to be a hell of a finish. Let's go. We jump for that number 32 car, but that 2 car is looking inside right here. Gonna go on the inside. He's gonna try to make the pass here. Andrew does make the pass, but here comes the 57. 57 slams that outside wall, but he somehow saves it again. Jimmy needs to have a good run off of this turn 2 and able to get this draft for turn 3 and potentially set up this pass on the last lap here. The 21 looking underneath the 24. This is the battle we're going to look at right now, is this 32 and this number 2 car. You see the 2 breaking this draft here. See what Jamie can do here. Last lap, final lap. 1 to go here at Pocono. Pretty decent turn 1 for this number 32 car. And the 2 is not going to break the draft here. Great turn 2 for the 32, but he's going to get tight. He might slap this wall a little bit. No. He's got to send everything he can. Send it off in the turn 3 to try to make something happen here. Has he got enough of a momentum to get off the corner? I don't think he does. And Andrew White's going to take all the way down to the bottom, and he's going to win here at Pocono. What a battle by these 2. What a finish. You see that number 2 car kill his car at the end. A little celebratory wall slap. A lot of the Irish is like, "Do you see the 57 take out the 24?" I think the 57. Um, I think the 24 is who got into the 57. Um, on that green white checkered. Let's take a back look and see if that was a little of a bit of a thanks a lot little slap here. And that definitely was a 24 getting up into the 57 there. But we're gonna watch Andrew White come down to the start finish line. You see my voice starting to give out. Um, and attempt to do something with this car. He's gonna burn it down here at Pocono. Hell of an exciting finish right there. This is probably the first race I've seen that there wasn't really a clear winner. A clear, fastest driver here. Everybody had their fair share of leading laps here. Andrew, Jamie, Tane, Noah, and Cash, and even Kevin. Unfortunately, Kevin got caught up in that wreck. But everybody led some laps here. And what a finish! What a great win for Andrew. I think this is his first win since High Velocity TV's picked up the broadcasting. So, congrats to Andrew for that. And we're gonna continue to burn it down here. While he burns it down, let's go ahead and look at your race results here. Andrew White victorious here at Pocono. Jamie McKinney comes out. You see 13 hundredths of a second behind this. So close for him to get another one here. Ian Hodgson rounds out your podium. Noah Hamilton sneaks into a P4. Diego, P5. Cash Club, obviously, with that contact, falls back to P6. And Kevin, getting caught up in that wreck earlier, rounds out your field. Well, let's see if we can maybe talk to some of your top 3 here. Let's see. Noah, before I drag Tane in, does he? I'm just making sure he does have a mic, right? And there goes that number 2 car blowing up. I do see him sharing his screen in the Discord. I do not want to pull him in if he doesn't have a mic to do stuff with. If he's still listening, Noah. Well, while we're waiting on Tane, we're gonna drag in your P2 finisher of Jamie right here. Hey Jamie, is Christian up in the booth? You got a copy? Well, just so close, but just could not make up that time on that last lap. Just walk me through that last restart and walk me through maybe what you could have done differently to maybe walk out of here victorious. Yeah, I heard Noah talking about that in the chat, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't really see that egregious, or I would have definitely called it on the broadcast. But in my heart, you got P2, so you're still gonna get an interview for it. So besides, obviously, it's tough news to hear, and especially having to come up and still give an interview after you know about that. That's so tough. But you still had a fast car, you still had a. Oh, I mean, you're so close to potentially knocking off Andrew there. But anybody you want to thank for the for the kind of P2 finish? Yeah, it's definitely a tough spot they put you in. I mean, I've gone through it personally where, if even if you did jump it, like if you lift out of there, they're gonna run you over and you're gonna cause a caution. So, but I'm gonna let you go, recuperate your thoughts, and like I said, tough news to hear. But there's always next week. We know you're fast, almost anywhere we go. So hopefully you can recover, and maybe we can talk to you next week. There's Jamie right there. Tough news to hear. Like I said, I definitely wouldn't have pulled him into the Discord if I knew that was legitimately. No Discord audio again. Okay. Well, we did talk to your second place winner, and just very upset with the way that things look like they're gonna be, unfortunately. And I don't blame him. Right? He came out here wearing and finished in second. Right? Obviously, I understand that's a hard call, but so we are gonna talk to your P3 finisher now that it's official of Noah. So let me go grab him. I was not aware that he got DQ'd, so that's my apologies, chat. So we're gonna talk to you P3, official P3 finisher of Noah Hamilton. Noah, Christian up in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
So now officially your third place finisher here. Just I mean, really an up and down race for you. It seemed like no one really had the winning car like these last couple of weeks. It seems like everybody had a turn, leading the race. But just walk me through, especially that last restart, and walk me through like what you thought you had to do to maybe to get the third, maybe even go up there and potentially battle for a win up there.
Yeah, so last race, obviously I had some struggles. I led the first long bit, and then I had to save so much fuel that I went from first to dead last and almost got lapped. I thought usually I'm worse at fuel than everybody else, so I thought nobody else would have to pit. Apparently everybody else did. Anyway, then I had to tow, and I went a whole lap down, and I got 3 minutes of repairs from something. I don't even know what, but it was pretty rough. Finally got my laps back, and then uh, me and Kevin had a bit of an incident. But then finally on that last restart, I came up on Cash into turn one on the start, and he checked up a little bit, and I hit him. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, Cash, but it's fine. He kind of saved it. And then I felt bad, so I gave Tane the spot for third. I knew I didn't deserve a podium, and I didn't think Jamie did anything wrong until I realized that Tane was the leader on that restart. I thought Jamie was. So
Well, yeah, definitely. Like I said, a tough call. Like, and realizing that now that Tane was the leader, it's a tough call. But obviously, as the admins, it looks like the decision's final. But yeah, it's still a great P3 run for you. So anybody you want to thank for this podium?
no, because I did not deserve that podium. I don't know how. I had a lot of repairs at 2 points in that race. I even had a meatball after me and Kevin got together, but somehow, some. This is gonna be my last chance for a while. Hopefully, we get that big turnout next week that I'm hoping for.
Yeah, hopefully we do. For people that don't know, oh, not we, Noah has reached out to, some other branches to, help advertise the league. So that person, I'm not gonna share the news if it's not wanting to be shared, but that person will be helping promote. I was told what this next week, so hopefully we do get a lot more driver signups and we can get some more people in here, put on some really great racing for you fans at home. But yeah, good run for you, Noah, regardless if you think you deserved it or not. So I'm gonna let you to go celebrate, ponder your thoughts, whatever you need to do, and hopefully we can talk to you next week.
Yep, hopefully so.
Alrighty, that was your third place finisher. It says fourth on the ticker, but as we know now that with the whole um, jumping the start thing, unfortunate. But we are gonna talk to your second place finisher, I believe now. Sorry, it's so confusing because the unofficial results aren't correct. So we're gonna talk to your second place driver obtained. Hopefully, he doesn't mind that I'm pulling him in while he's sharing the screen. But 18, Christian up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
So P2 finish for you tonight. Like I was talking to Noah about, really not like a solid, class of the field like there has been this last couple of weeks. Like last week, it seemed like Kevin, um, you know, had the car to beat, but it seems like everybody kind of took their turn leading laps and stuff. So walk me through race and especially walk me through that last restart. What do you think you needed to do differently to, um, maybe go up there and battle Andrew for that win?
Uh, the racing was like insane all race. The first stint, I was way off the pace because I've never driven this car around here before. But once we got past the halfway point, I was so comfortable, and I found a line that only I was using up top in and three, and I just found so much pace up there, out of the corners especially. Uh, yeah, and then I was with the front pack pretty much the whole time. Uh, towards the end. And then the final restart, I don't know what Noah said, but I mean, Jamie did do a little bit of jumping compared to me because I was the lead car, and Andrew was kind of innocent there. He was following, so they both jumped. But I'm happy with the P2, two wins in a or two top twos in a row. I got a win in Vegas, the unbroadcasted one, so not bad two races.
Yeah, definitely a great, consistent couple of good finishes for you right there. Like I said, just up there when it counted and taking advantage of, some penalties, some people having some issues, especially with Cash and Noah getting into it on that restart, but coming home P2. But lastly, anybody you want to thank, any shout outs for this podium finish?
Yeah, Diego, always keeping it amusing in the VC. Good to not be alone.
And shout out to Diego, always uh, making it interesting, all and obviously being a good teammate and stuff to you. But I'm gonna drag you down to the VC. You can so you can celebrate with teammates, friends, and family, whoever you choose to celebrate with, and hopefully we can talk to you next week.
All right, thank you. Good night.
That was Tane there. Your P2 finish, and obviously, for if you're new to the league, Andrew White, your winner here tonight. His mic does not work, unfortunately. So we will not be talking to your race winner, but we will go ahead and show you guys your results for the last time. Once again, Andrew White, your winner here. Jimmy, it says on the ticker that he finished P2, but obviously, being DQ'd will put him in P7. So Tane will move up to P2, Noah P3. Diego will come home P4. Cash Cope will P5. Kevin Hunsaker will be P6, and then Tane will drop down to P7. So I know that's not what it says on the ticker on the live results, but obviously that's what we were told. But for everybody, fans at home, I very appreciate you guys coming out, watching the broadcast, and supporting these drivers, supporting this league. Got a shout out to once again to Fast Cash Racing Products for sponsoring the series. Thank you, Cash, for you know doing whatever you're doing in the background to help support these guys. Obviously, um, it's meaning a lot, and hopefully, especially for that side of things, with the advertising coming up. Hopefully, your stuff will be, broadcasted to a little bit more broader audience with more people potentially signing up and everything else like that. So, once again, for everybody at home, I appreciate you coming out, supporting the league, supporting the drivers. It does mean a hell of a lot to see, people coming out and watching and cheering people on and stuff. I know as a driver, it really does mean a lot to me when I go in and I pull up the broadcast under caution, or even if I go back after, right? And see that someone was cheering me on. It really does mean the world to me. But once again, I got to thank the drivers for coming out and putting on a hell of a show. I thank Noah for having High Velocity TV up and allowing me to broadcast for them. So, but besides that, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of the night. If you are new to the channel, please hit that follow button so you can be notified anytime a broadcast comes up or anytime I go live separately for my personal racing. And please share the love for the high velocity stuff. I do put a lot of work into the broadcasting side of things, so please hit that follow button. If you are watching from the YouTube video from the VOD getting uploaded, if you have not subscribed, please hit that sub button. It really means the world to me as well. And please hit that like button, share the algorithm, type in the comment section also how the race went for you, if you liked it, what you didn't like, what you did like about it, just for some engagement. Helps with the algorithm, and it helps get the video out to more, helps get the broadcast out to more people, get more people to race. So the more you guys comment, the more you guys share the video, the more the broadcast will get out, and the more people are going to want to come in here and race, and the more people that coming out here and race makes the quality of the racing better. So but besides that, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday night. Enjoy the weekend. Obviously, we will be back here next Friday for some more Fast Cash Racing Products Cup Series. Fortunately, just the Saturdays, they just do not line up to where we can broadcast both races. And when they do run on Saturdays, unfortunately. But we will be back here next Friday for some more Cup racing. So if you come here just for the broadcast, I will see you guys on Friday. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. A great new year. I know this I don't think I said that last broadcast, so hope you guys have a great start of the 2024. Hopefully you can do what you want with it, and we'll see you next week. So once again, guys, thank you guys so much for coming out, and we'll see you next week. All right, love you guys so much. Peace out, guys.